Hello.
Hello. Only five? I thought it was going to be a crowd.
A cloud? Yeah, there'll be more coming in.
Good. Yes. Now.
Okay, you're the co-host now, Louise. Jake, have you been on this call before?
This is like my third time. Yeah.
Have
I
you
haven't,
been?
I haven't really participated. I've been listening, but not jumping in too much yet.
So is today you got your water wings on? You're gonna hop in the water?
I'm not sure yet. I'm more listening and figuring out what I need to do. But if I might jump in if there's something that I think I can handle. But
Well, okay. Well, you say Twin Cities. So have I been on the call? Have you been on the call? Because I don't. Maybe this is the first time you had your camera on. That just don't remember.
this is the first time I had my camera on. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate it. Well, I got 1 o'clock, and I appreciate that. Listen, let me get I got my slides on. I'm on. We are on. And I think Louise will be joining us here in a minute. Help me with letting the people in. It is Friday. It is Friday the 13th. What do you think about that, you guys? Are you guys feeling lucky? It is Isom, right?
Yes, that's it. It's Isom.
Yes, Isom. Good to see you again. I got Jake. Get your cameras on, please. We'd like to play, and we are going to have some fun today. On Fridays, this one being, I'm just so glad that the last 2 weeks I've been traveling. All week I've been in bowl classes in 3 different cities. It's so great to be in my own studio. So we're going to start. Isom, why don't you start us off? And I'll tell you what I'm going to share something with you first. I do have the thought of the day. If you're not part of our my YouTube channel, make sure you go there. Denny Grimes, the master of real estate. I've got over 200 videos, and you can start watching them and learning. There's a lot of good stuff, a lot of comments from other people. I do have the thought of the day, though. Of course, you guys know Recon. This is the daily role play that John and I do. Louise is part of it too, and just that's daily from 9:30 to 10 o'clock Eastern time, 8:30 to 9 o'clock. 8:30, 9 o'clock. That's right, Central time. Here's my thought of the day. So get out your pencil, write down. I've come up with, I don't think I've shown this slide on this call ever, or maybe in a while. I've got 6 reasons why sellers should act now. Next week, maybe I'll share the reasons buyers should act. Here are the 6 reasons I've come up with that sellers should be on the market now. Number 1, there is an inventory shortage. Now, the inventory is growing slightly. However, there's still a shortage of homes for sale. Now, is that an advantage for the sellers versus a lot of homes for sale? And if the inventory is growing, selling sooner is better than selling later. This is recorded if you want to go back and watch this. If you're not getting it all, I'm going to go fast. Number 2, prices are up significantly, yet they're softening. So from 2020 to now, 40 to 50% in our area. However, prices are softening. They went from a 460 medium to a 405. I forget what the percentage is on that. That's like 50, maybe about 8% or 9% down from the peak. So therefore, if prices are softening, selling sooner is better than selling later. Next, there's less competition as sellers leave the market. So not only is there a shortage of inventory, many sellers that normally would be on the market aren't. So that gives the people that are on the market a little bit of a leg up. Number 4, buyers on the market are more serious. Listen, if it's 7.25% and people are still buying, do you think their motivation level is a little bit higher than most? Yes. There's only one other time that I think that we have the opportunity to really figure out motivation. If you've got somebody who wants to look the week of Christmas, they're either bored or motivated, one or the other. So it only takes a couple of questions to figure out which is which. So you want to make sure that you are taking advantage of that. Number 5, there's upward pressure on interest rates. Now, people say, I don't want to sell because of high interest rates. Well, let me ask you, is it better to sell at 7 or 7.25 versus 8, 8.25? Could be an advantage. And number 6, this is always true. This window exists now. It may not exist forever. So if you have a camera, want to take a picture of the one behind me, you can do that. You should incorporate this. Why do you make a social post? Do you know there's 6 reasons why sellers should be on the market now? And then maybe they respond to you, maybe start conversation. So that's my thought of the day. Anybody like that, give me a thumbs up. And I think you can use it. There we go. All right, now we're ready to go for Isom. You're first up.
Yes. Awesome. Before we begin, can you tell me exactly why buyers are more serious right now?
Okay. Probably the most succinct. Well, let me ask you, if somebody's looking the week of Christmas, why would they be more serious?
If somebody's looking for the week of Christmas,
Yeah, if they want to buy during the Christmas holidays, where most buyers take a break, if they want to buy during the Christmas holidays, why would they be more serious?
well, they've got a definite time frame where they want to buy versus they're just shopping around.
Perfect.
Okay.
So if somebody's shopping at a 7 and 7.25% interest rates, why would they be more serious?
Because they want to lock in right now.
And they have a time frame. They have a motivation. They're being moved. They got a baby on the way. They've got motivation.
Okay, perfect.
So what do we want, Isom? Louise, are you with me? I know you have a room full of people that are maybe.
I'm here.
Okay, good.
I'm here.
Thank you, Louise. You're going to be my co-host. I love that. And Isom's up first. Isom. So do we want buyer or seller?
I want to talk to an expired listing.
Oh, I love expired. You're my kind of guy.
All right, so here we're gonna, Louise, I'm gonna make a request. We got Jake, first time his camera on, and he is testing the water. He's been watching from afar. So why don't we let him warm up as an expired seller? They don't have to do a lot there. He'd just be mean.
Sounds good.
Jake, does mean come natural for you?
Not really, but I'll try my best.
All right, we got, wait a minute here. Yeah, we got, I'm gonna expect a 2-minute close for the appointment. This is 3 minutes. Just, you don't have 3 minutes on an expired call most of the time. We're gonna give you 2 minutes. Isom, ring, go.
Hey, Jake, this is Isom Chappelle. I represent a team of local realtors, and I know I'm calling you out of the blue. I was hoping I could tell you exactly why I'm calling, and then you could let me know if we should talk from there. Does that sound fair?
Okay.
Alrighty, thank you. So I saw that your property was on the market on 123 Main Street, and by now you're aware that it's off market. I was just curious, were you able to get any offers on your property?
No, we didn't get any offers.
Okay. Did your real estate agent tell you exactly why you weren't able to get any quality offers?
He said the market isn't good.
Okay. And how does that sound to you?
I mean, the home didn't sell, so it must be the market.
Yeah, it must be the market. Okay. So when you say that the home didn't sell, does that prevent you from perhaps moving out of state, or what was going on that made you want to put your home on the market?
Just looking to downsize. So.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
And are you still looking to downsize?
Yeah. I mean, it's not. I don't have to downsize, but it would be nice to downsize.
Okay. And what would be nice about that?
Just less maintenance.
Mm-hmm. And what does less maintenance mean for you?
That means I have more time to do things that I want to do instead of mowing the yard and stuff.
I love it. Well, what happens if one of my realtors was able to help you get more time for yourself and for your family by putting your property back on the market? I'll make an offer to you, and you let me know how it sounds to you. Is that okay?
Yeah, I'm not sure. It's already been through the process, and I'm kind of just it was a lot of energy to deal with it. So I'm kind of hoping not to deal with it again.
I hear you. Now, Jake, you sound like an intelligent man. Let me ask you, do you feel like in life that you get time, or do you have to make time?
You have to make time.
Okay, I agree with you. So if you still want to have time for yourself, and we both know that time is the most valuable thing, and you're still if you're looking to have time for yourself, selling your property is going to be able to get you that. Would you agree?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. What would you say is the holdup in perhaps having one of our agents come over to your property, taking a look at it, and being able to tell you what we may be able to do for you?
The big thing is I'm just tired of doing the showings and not
Mhm.
selling it. So I
Okay.
don't know if I want to do that whole process again, get out of my house at any
Mhm.
other day.
Okay.
It's just such a hassle. Yeah.
9
Other
seconds.
than other than showings, what else is preventing you from considering selling your property again?
Time.
Um,
Well,
Okay.
how did you guys feel? So, all right. So, Jake, how did you feel as these expired? You were playing it pretty well.
I feel like he did good. I mean, he handled my objections, so pretty well.
How do you feel on that, Isom?
I feel strong. I think I could have honed in on his exact problem a little bit sooner. That would have given us a little bit more time to go ahead and schedule the meeting.
Yeah, you were getting past the 2 minutes and you still hadn't struck oil yet, right?
Yes.
Louise, were you able to, I know you're getting maybe doing multitasking there. Were you able to hear that? Any feedback? Because I know you make a lot of calls.
I liked your questions,
Thank you.
and there was no
Susan?
pause and
Go ahead, keep going. Keep going. I didn't mean to, Louise, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
fine, that's it.
Susan, any thoughts on that?
I thought his question is very, very good. He really got to the motivation quickly. However, I just thought the beginning, the opening, can use a little bit tweaking. That's just my opinion.
Well,
Okay.
here's interesting. I mean, that's her feedback because she's got a very pithy opening. Here, I thought you're an ISA, right, Isom?
Yes.
That's an inside sales agent. I believe he makes calls for a living.
Yes.
So if he looks like he can throw a football, he probably plays football. If he sounds like he can do this, that's what he does for a living. Yet guess what he's doing? He's working with getting better. There's one thing that you did that I would say, other than you could have got to the center of the Tootsie Pop faster. You come across well with your voice. You do sound confident. However, when I want you to go back and listen to this recording or record yourself. Make sure every question is a question and you don't run on and answer it.
Okay.
Ask the question. Now, while we're on expireds, we'll go ahead and I know Susan doesn't have her hand up. However, she's got a cool opening. I'm going to, if you allow me, I've reset the timer. Susan, you're going to get to the center of the Tootsie Pop on an expired, and you're going to have 1 minute. Watch this, you guys. This is like speed dating. Ready? So, Isom, you are the expired. Go.
Okay.
Ring ring.
Hello?
Hi, this is Susan. I'm calling about 123 Maple Street and was wondering when will you be putting when will you be putting the house back on the market?
Oh, that's interesting. I'm just curious. Who am I speaking with?
Yes, this is Susan again. I'm with Keller Williams and was just wondering when will you be putting the house back on the market?
I don't know. Whenever I could get top dollar, Susan.
Ah, okay. Sounds like that you still want to sell. And may I ask you, what's plan B that it didn't sell?
Just to stay put.
To stay put. Well, where were you planning to move to?
I was planning on moving back to the East Coast.
To the
I've got
East
family
Coast.
there.
Are we done?
I've
Oh.
got family on the East Coast.
Okay, you're going back to the East Coast. Well, if I could make that happen for you, is this something you'll be open-minded to having a conversation with?
I mean, I definitely want to still sell my property, but having gone with an agent for the past 6 months and not seeing any traction, not getting any offers, I think I can sell this by myself.
Okay, now I'm going to pause. So just pause the timer. That's 1 minute. She had the opening. She already has asked if that could happen. Would it be worth 50? Would it be worth an opportunity to meet? So she's asked one closing question already. Notice, and we do preach at some point in time, you want to go 5 deep into motivation. It's not then. You got to keep moving forward. So I'm going to give you a gold star. You've got, you asked for the appointment inside the first minute. Now I'm going to give you 1 more minute because now he's thrown in another objection. Susan, 1 more minute, go.
So, I'm sorry. So you're going back to the East Coast. If I can make that happen for you, are
He
you
said yes, he's
open-minded?
gonna do it himself. That's where
Oh,
he
you're
was.
gonna do it yourself. Okay. It seems like that you were frustrated with, it seems to me that you were frustrated with the agent that you work with. May I ask you what's the next expectation that you plan to do this on your own?
Sure. Well, she told me that she could sell my property for $500,000. She gave me a 30-day time frame, and my house was sitting on the market for 6 months. We got 2 or 3 showings per week. I had to be home, and it was just a complete hassle.
Oh my God, I totally understand that. So she wasted your time for 6 months and you couldn't get there, and now you're frustrated, and now you think you can do this on your own.
Absolutely.
So I'm gonna just pause and ask a question. I've got your timer stopped. I'm just, now you restated that. Now that doesn't seem like your style. Would you have always done that because you're eating up clock?
I am, because I'm trying to formulate. This is just my script. I already know, but I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to say next to get more powerful where we're going with.
So then would it be, because everyone here is attempting to learn, I want to hear from somebody who makes a lot of calls like you. Is it best not to get into the habit of repeating everything that they say?
Absolutely. I agree with that.
Okay, so she was buying time.
I am.
That's not ideal. So I just wanted to point that out. Now what's interesting here, this is what I want you to listen for. Now, Susan, you can't answer this. Anyone else can answer the question. What did he say? Why did he say that he was going, he was complaining about something? What was he complaining about the process of when it was listed? Somebody tell me what bothered him.
The
He
hassle.
had
Not you, Susan.
Okay.
the timing.
The amount of time that it took to actually, well, it didn't sell. So he was promised a month and it ended up being 6 months.
Timing.
And 3 showings a week. He had to be there, blah, 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 blah. Did you hear that?
Yes,
Now juxtapose that to now he's going to go alone. He's going to sell it by himself. Does it sound like more or less time of a hassle?
A lot more.
Now, that's what I want you guys to listen for, is that he's going from the frying pan to the fire. Now see if you can leverage that. Susan, 1 minute, go.
Okay, Mr. Chappelle, it seems like that you're trying to do this on your own. And because it's such a hassle for you to come home and do this, how do you think it's going to be more of a hassle if you're going to do this on your own?
That's a good point. I hadn't thought about that.
Exactly. So if I could make that seamless and easy for you, and I take that load off your back, why don't we meet over a cup of coffee and see what I can do to assist you in getting to the East Coast?
Okay. And what are we going to talk about? I'm specifically looking to hear how we can sell this quickly.
Absolutely. And I don't want to take too much of your time because it's just a phone call. What I'm going to do is I could set up a time for you and I to meet over a cup of coffee, no pressure, just to get to see where you are at and how I can be a better assist to you and get you closer to the East Coast. Does that work for you?
That works for me.
Okay. See you
All
then.
right, there you go.
Just
Nice
close.
job. Any feedback? Louise, any feedback?
I liked it. I liked that Susan, you did a great job of converting him. I would have been inclined to like rattle off the things I do differently, but that wasn't needed. So kudos to Susan.
Even when he said, hey, I want to get this done. Man, when he said, I just want to get this done quickly, that's exactly what we're going to talk about. I wouldn't even have gone into all the other things Susan said. That's exactly what we're going to talk about. I'll show you how to do it, guaranteed. Boom. I don't talk a lot either. I mean, anyway, so, all right. Louise, who looks like they're worthy of competing on Friday the 13th?
I think,
Get your hands up, guys.
I think Alexandra from today's class.
Yeah, if your
Yeah.
hands up, you're in the drawing,
step
so get your hands up.
Will probably be the
Alexandra,
not the
here,
agent, the
I'll
other
raise my
one.
hand for her. You met her this morning, Denny.
Okay. I see
Hi.
her. Hi there. And what are we doing, Alexandra?
Maybe a buyer. I would be probably the seller, and somebody probably could be the agent.
Or
You are the seller, right?
Yeah, I'm the seller.
And are you listed or is this a listing interview?
Yeah, this will be a listing interview.
Okay, Mark, you want the listing interview?
Sure.
Love it.
All right, so you're going to give Mark an objection as the seller. You're sitting at the table. Mark, 3 minutes, go.
So, Mrs. Seller, what would be your reason for not moving forward and getting this thing listed as soon as possible?
Wait a minute. What happened there?
You are breaking up. Do we already have an objection? I'm sorry.
No, wait, we have 2 Marks on the call?
Mark Tilley, go ahead.
Yeah,
Oh.
hang on. I think it was, I don't know who the other Mark is. It looks like Johanna Rhodes, but,
This is a listing consultation, right?
yeah, Mark Tilley, you are the agent. Go.
Oh, I'm the agent. I thought, okay.
Who's the-
Alexander's
You're
the seller. What's your,
I'm the seller.
You're at the listing appointment at the table, Mark.
Okay. I'm
gonna
completely
go-
lost. Is it an objection or?
are you ready to move
Should-
forward? Alexander, are you ready to move forward?
Yes, I am. If we agree with the price, and the terms, I'm ready to move on.
There you go, Mark.
So I'm sorry, I'm going through a CMA now or?
You're at the listing appointment, Mark. You're at the table. You walk in the house. You have the paperwork you want her to sign.
And
All
she
right.
said, if we can agree on price.
So, if other than the price, are you ready to move forward with me in this, in signing up for me to work for you?
Yes, I want to net 700,000.
All right,
That's
fair
what-
enough. We've taken a look at the comps and, I've shown you the houses that I feel very comparable to yours. And we're looking here, this one is in the 550. Where do you feel you sit with the 700 figure?
We have 3 neighbors that are selling their homes right now too, and they are above my price. And we are in the same neighborhood. We have waterfront. My house is in very good condition, like they are too. So I think that's what I really want to get. 700,000.
I hear you. Now, you did mention to me that you'd like to sell within the next 2 months. If you are priced higher than your competition, they're more likely to be the next homes that sell. So don't you feel that perhaps putting your price that much higher than theirs, we're actually helping them to sell? And what would happen if you don't sell in the next 2 months?
Well, we have to wait for those 2 months to see, if we're gonna be able to sell it or not on that price.
I'm sorry. Absolutely. So if the house doesn't sell in 2 months and we are still sitting on it, what's plan B?
Well, we can make some arrangement and see why the house is not selling, either price, marketing, work effort. So we'll have to look at it.
It sounds to me you're on the right track. There's 3 outcomes that could happen. The first outcome is that we get very few to no showings. Second outcome is we get a lot of showings, but we get no offers at all. And the third outcome is we sell. So which of those outcomes ultimately would you like to be in?
Definitely on the one that I have not too much showing, but showing enough to sell,
Okay, but if we have no offers, we can't sell. So if we put the house on the market at the price you wish to put it at, the market is going to respond to us one of those 3 ways. Would you agree that we should have a conversation every week? And if we're getting low to no showings, that's not helping you get to California in 2 months when you need to be, that we may have to have a discussion about price?
Well, as the market is right now, that the houses are staying longer in the market, for some reason, I guess probably we should wait 2 weeks to talk and see what happened, or why is the house is not selling, or why the house is not showing. Don't you
Hi.
agree?
Mark,
Yes.
how'd you do, buddy?
I don't know. I think I jumped in an objection or a situation that I'm not quite versed in yet. So I think I was a little bit all over the place, but I did rely on the 3 outcome formula to help me to focus.
Yeah, so I mean, there's a couple different things. Obviously, we stepped into that. you have to make some assumptions. She wanted to list at 7. He was assuming the past sales were in the 5 range. Now, again, is it possible sellers can be a little bit unrealistic? Number one, would you take comp out of your vocabulary, please? That is like nails on a chalkboard if they still make chalkboards. That's number one. Number two, and again, the way I would play it, I will close for the listing. You did not do that. You went into the pricing boxing ring without closing. So what you're saying then, Alexander, if we were to start at 700 initially, are you ready to move forward with me today? I want that commitment first. I'll have the pricing conversation, and it may go very similar to what Mark was doing. Not exactly, but it would be, I want the commitment from her, because there's going to be times that sellers are going to sense that you're not buying into their value. That may feel like you don't believe in it. They want to interview someone else. They may already have somebody else they've already talked to. We want to sleep on it. Next thing you know, there's another sign in the yard. Does that make sense to y'all? Now, the important thing on doing that is, again, I talk about this a lot. I just did it in Louise's market center with a bunch of her agents, is that don't put your fingerprints on it. You can show them what the market is based on what we're looking at here at the actives, which Louise, you wrote down. What did I call those today? Do you remember?
I didn't write it. I wish I would have.
Unsuccessful sellers. These are the unsuccessful sellers.
Sorry, the unsuccessful. Yeah, I'm sorry. I have that.
And
instead
these are the homes that sold based on this information. Where would you like to position your home? Well, they're all in the 550, 590. I went 700. All right. So Mark, let me ask you now, you have some experience. I'll just ask you, because you are the agent. Can you say 100% for certain that a buyer wouldn't pay 700 for that?
I cannot say that, no.
That's the thing. And again, if we don't know where top market value is, if we can't say where it is, we can't say where it isn't. So am I willing to roll the dice and start at 700, knowing that it's probably most likely 99% overvalued? Yes, because it's the seller's number. Now, this is what Mark did nice. He did this well. What are you going to do if the market says no? Write that down. That's one of the most powerful questions you can ask. What will you do if the market says no? He asked it a different way, but still it's the same question. There is one, I did catch you one time. There's two feedbacks, and we'll go on. So Louise, get our next contestants. It takes practice to make sure you ask one question. You doubled up a couple questions, Mark. Then when you went through the 3 outcomes, you had them about 90% correct. However, after you went through the 3 outcomes, low to no showings, showings and no offers, or it sells, what outcome do you want to be at? I think that is kind of like a wasted question. Because it's a stupid thing. I mean, it's like they want to sell. Yeah. I think a better way to put a bow in it is, and obviously we want to be on number 3.
Yeah, because when I asked her, she said number 2, and that's not the answer I wanted. So I put myself in a trap with that one.
Yeah, so that would just be a little polish on that. So good job.
Quick, what is the politically correct terminology? If you don't want to use the word comps in real estate, what's the best way to say that?
Past sales.
Past sales.
Louise.
Yes, sir. Let's see. We don't have any hands up, but I see Jake at the top left corner of my screen. Jake, would you like?
Carla played earlier. Where's James? James, you on? I don't see James. Come on, you guys. It's kind of like, come on, let's play a little bit.
Amy, Whitney.
I play as a seller.
That's fine.
Michelle's up. Okay, so Michelle, and who would like to? Carolyn, was that you?
That's me.
Oh yeah, let's hear from Carolyn. This is a rare treat.
So Carolyn wants to be the seller?
Yeah.
Give me, let me play, Louise. Can I play?
Uh-oh.
All right, Carolyn, be a tough seller. Let me get my clock reset. Go.
Well,
we're at the table.
Everything. Here you go. My neighbor down the street had told me that her real estate agent offered her all kinds of discounts and a different price, a different way to get a lower interest rate. What can you offer me?
Well, okay, so I'm a little confused. What is the, you're a seller, right?
Yes.
What, what about interest rate?
Oh, that's right. I'm thinking I'm tired. Okay. Well, I want to get a higher, do high price.
Okay. You want a higher price. What price did you have in mind?
I think it can go for at least 50,000 more than what you're telling me.
Well, I only showed you what the market was doing. I didn't give you a price. So I was only showing you what the market, what the past sales were and what the actives are, or we also call those the unsuccessful sellers. So based on that, where did you want to position your home to begin?
I wanted to begin around 650.
650. All right.
And I know the one next door is only about 600, but I know my house is better.
So I get to do the same thing all over again. No one can shake me. I've just practiced enough. Okay, so are you saying then if we begin at 650, you're ready to do business with me today?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. Knuckle bump. So now that we're going to be working together, we're going to start at 650. And do you mind if I have a conversation with you on what will happen next?
Okay.
Sure. Well, here's this sheet. We call it the fishing sheet internally. Yeah, 3 outcome sheets. Now that we start them on for $650,000, 1 of 3 things will happen. And we're going to go. First is low to no showings, which means the bait is here, the fish are here. We're going to have to reposition. Outcome 2 is there's showings and no offers, or maybe a low offer. And the good news is we're closer, but we're still the bridesmaid, not the bride. We might have to do a repositioning. Outcome number 3, it sells. Does that make sense to you?
Right. It makes sense because we're going to sell.
Okay, well, 1 of 3 things will happen. And oh, by the way, when you sell, where you're going, when you want to be there. So we don't have to go into that conversation. That would be the motivation. So that's exactly how I would begin that. So Carolyn, any feedback on that?
I just wanted to see you do it over again because when I hear from different people and different ones, it gets changed up. So it's nice to hear it from the master. Thank you very much.
I don't know about that, but anyway, thanks very much. Why don't we reverse it? Okay, so Jake, I know he's planning on Gene, you just got your camera on. Why don't you be a seller?
I'll be the seller. I've got something on being a seller, but and Jake's gonna be the agent?
Yeah, well, I'll let Carolyn be the agent first. Well, Jake's going to be back in. So Carolyn, now let's see you do it. Now
Hey,
give her.
My break just ended. That's why I did it that way.
Okay, so you have to go. You have to leave.
Yeah, I'm still at the GoFundMe.
So she's in only mode.
Okay, so Jake, you want to do it?
I can do it. What's the objection?
Gene?
I just want to talk to a few more agents. We're sitting at the listing table.
So why do you think you need to talk to more agents?
Well, I just think probably it's good due diligence to talk to more people and just kind of find out, maybe what they do or something.
Mm-hmm. So what did I not go over that makes you feel like you need to know that or need to talk to other agents? What did I not explain well enough that you think you need to figure out?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I mean, I think you've covered everything really well. I think I've got a lot of the information that you went over. So I think that's good. I mean,
Okay.
I don't know if there's anything that I can put my finger on that you didn't go over. Just still kind of thinking I should probably talk to some other people because my friends said that they had a good agent that I should talk to.
Okay. So besides that though, is there anything else that's preventing us from signing the paperwork and getting this wrapped up today?
No, I really like you and everything. I think it's a good, good program that you're talking about. But yeah, no, I think that's the only thing. Yeah, I think I just that I, probably should talk to some other people. I think that's the right thing to do.
Okay. And what are you hoping to get out of those conversations with other agents? What do you think is going to happen if you talk to those other agents?
Yeah, not really sure. Probably not too much more. I mean, I'm probably going to say something similar. But I just kind of when I talked to my friend, I kind of let him know that I would talk with their friend.
Okay. Okay. And so if you think it's gonna be similar, I feel like it's a little bit of a waste of time for you, Gene, personally. If you think it's gonna be a similar conversation. So with it, if you don't mind, if you want to sign it today, we can get the paperwork wrapped up today, and I can call your friend or I can call the agent for you, and I can give them the news that you have decided to work with me. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I mean, that would be, I think that'd be helpful because I don't know what to say to them otherwise. I feel bad that I went to talk to them, but yeah, I think that would be helpful.
Okay. So sign here, and then give me their information. I'll give them a call.
Okay.
Wow.
Played
Look
it
at
easy
that.
on me.
Too soft on the person that has the same last name.
Yeah, just a little bit.
What do you? I just noticed that. Are you guys related?
A little bit.
Yeah, he's like a brother to me.
Or
There you
dad.
I don't
Or
know.
dad.
Here we go. I'll reset this. Okay. So, couple things. One, when I heard Gene say, I got a friend that thought I could talk to a good agent. Could that have been a place you could have explored? Like, it would make me think like, oh, well, I'm chopped liver, right?
Yeah.
So I would have dug that. Other things that weren't going through my mind. Okay. Gene, was it always your plan? I mean, we had set this appointment day before yesterday. Was it always your plan to talk to more agents other than me? Gene?
Yeah, it was.
Now, what's the lesson here, guys? I mean, so obviously, Jake, you want to make sure you ask that question before you go on the appointment. Will you be interviewing other agents? I think that's a must question. So you'd have known that going in. Next, I always end, if you're going to be using interview, and I get that, Gene. So let me ask you this. Have you decided what criteria are you going to use to pick your next agent?
I guess I haven't really thought about that.
So let's assume that basically you asked a question, and again, most people haven't thought about that, so I can help you with the criteria. So let's assume now that, Jake, you're having the conversation with Gene at the table, and you asked the question if he's going to be interviewing, and he said no. Now he says, well, my friend just last night mentioned another agent. I'm always thinking, what could I say as an analogy? Would it be appropriate? Would you get it? And so let me just tell you what popped in my mind. And you can go thumbs up, thumbs down, or whatever. So you know what? When I was thinking about asking my current wife whether or not she wanted to like marry me or something like that, we were dating, and I thought we'd get engaged. And if she were to say, there may be a couple other guys I want to date first. So, I mean, you kind of laugh about it, but how would you feel like maybe there's something missing? So I might say something like that. So let me just ask, there's something that's not feeling right for you right now. What is it? I might just, if they're hesitant, I mean, wouldn't you want to know what it is? And so I just want to know, was it something I said or didn't say? Do you have a concern that I don't know about? And here's the final question. Tell me, Gene, what would you have to hear right now that would make you comfortable moving forward? Could there be an answer to that? Maybe. Any thoughts on those questions, guys? If your future fiance says she wants to date around, just put the ring on layaway. Don't buy it yet.
I think it's great. I think you bring that humor in there. It cuts that tension because there's tension in the air right at that moment. But I think that humor really cuts it and allows you to kind of get a chuckle out of it and drop their defenses and share with you what their real issues are instead of giving you some type of fake response. We're live.
The last question was really powerful. What do you need to hear from me now? Because if he's got any objection, you've basically said, you're carte blanche, go ahead, let me know what it is. And if he says no, then you'll be like, well, what's stopping us? So it's that's a powerful question.
Well, here's the other thing. I mean, just my experience says if they are pushing back after you gave them your best presentation of your life, you fired your big guns, and they're not moving, I think you've got nothing to lose because you're probably not going to get a call back. So you might as well go and swing for the fences. Ask the direct question. What has to happen right now for us to move forward? Is there anything that can happen right now? What do you need to hear? Whatever. Not all those questions at once. You get my drift.
Yeah.
All right. Whew. Louise, back to you.
Okay, we've got some hands up. We have Michelle and Carla.
All right.
And a request for an expired listing, not from me. I'm not the only one. So I don't
I'll
know
be
if Michelle-
the potential expired. If somebody wants to be the agent. I don't have a script in front of me.
Who is that?
That was Michelle.
Michelle.
All right, Michelle, you're going to be the expired.
Yes.
Now, Carla, we had this conversation earlier. I don't think Carla has.
Yeah. No,
Yes.
I'm not ready for that. I was looking for something else, but go ahead. Maybe somebody
All
else
right,
can do
yeah.
that better.
All right, Louise, you're unexpired. You're calling Michelle.
Ring ring.
Hello.
Hi, this is Louise Rice with Keller Williams Realty. Is this the owner of 123 Apple Avenue?
Yes. Not another agent. Oh my goodness. You guys
Agent,
just keep calling. It's relentless.
did you know that there are 43,000 agents that subscribe to MLS? Hopefully you haven't gotten 43,000 calls, have you?
It feels more like 50,000, but who's counting?
Oh my goodness. Hey, I know a quick way to get those to stop instantly.
You do?
Yes.
All right. Tell me.
Hire our team to sell your home and they'll stop immediately. When can I bring the paperwork over?
Well, wait. So I love that. That's, I'd love the calls to stop, but I don't know you, and my last agent didn't do a good job. We had hardly any showings. The few showings we had, we couldn't even get feedback. And, 6 months later, I'm sitting here, we had to cancel our future plans. And I don't know that we want to do that again. I just want the calls to stop. Maybe even not even sell.
Well, again, I'm Louise, and what is your name?
Michelle.
Hey, Michelle. Michelle, if it had sold, where would you have moved to?
We have family down south and we were just gonna move closer.
Okay, that's still important to you, to move closer to your family down south?
Yeah, it's ultimately what we want to do. It is important. Just this process has been painful and we didn't expect that.
So Michelle, I'm sorry you had that experience. Are you familiar with what we do differently to get homes sold?
I have no idea. You're an agent calling me, as many have.
Oh my goodness. Well, Michelle, I can tell you really quickly the 8 things we do differently. And if it sounds interesting to you, I'd like to schedule a time to meet with you. Is that fair enough?
Do you get more people in the door?
We do. So we have 8 systems for success. We have an artificial intelligence advertising campaign, a buyers and waiting program, a 1-hour open house, every day open house.
I'm not going to let you go through that laundry list. I know you've got 8 things on there. There's a better way to do it. She's not catching it and nobody else is.
That's
Michelle,
exactly why we should meet.
most agents are vanilla agents. We're the ice cream sundae with the cherry on top. Are you available for 20 minutes of time this afternoon at 5 or tomorrow at 4 better, and we can show you what we do differently?
I'll have to call you back after I talk to my husband.
Okay, great. Michelle, what time can I call you back after you talk with your husband?
I'll call you back.
All right, stop time. Woo.
I know Anna Kruger would have a good way to get over that. That was good, Michelle.
All right. Everyone has different styles. Louise is a little different than Susan. Susan, just, it's very compact. Louise a little bigger footprint. Here's a couple notes I've got for you, Louise. The question, are you familiar with what we do to get homes sold? Now, as I think about it, I've seen that in a lot of conversations, scripts, if you will. I've just wondered if, to me, give me your input, you use it. It seems like a wasted question. If they don't know you, how would they know that?
That makes sense. Here's probably a better question. Hey, Michelle, if I could show you a way that we could get your home sold and you can move yourself forward and reunite with your family, would that be worth 20 minutes of your time?
Well, I get that. However, here's what I hear, and you guys, we got some people on the call here. You can comment, Susan, others. I don't know where Matt went. Anyway, here's what I heard. Process. She didn't like the process. So why wouldn't you use the word she uses? Listen, if we can take the pain out of the process and get you where you want to go. Because we always say the same thing. That's why you sound like, if I can show you, is it worth 15 minutes? Sound different. The other thing is when she says, can you get more people through? You said yes. I'm going to give you something to think about. What if the last role play we had, they hated that. They didn't want more people through.
What's important about getting more people through to you?
Well, I would have said, do you want more people through or do you want a buyer? You guys slow down. I mean, there's more than one way to do it. I'm just giving you a different way to look at it.
Well, I kind of put that out there wondering what it was going to turn into. Because having people through is just this, it's more people, but it's the same. It could essentially end the same way if it's not a true buyer. There was also something about the cherry on top, which totally threw me. I'm like, I didn't ask for anything with a cherry on top. So like, I don't know what that is, but no, no, thank you. That seemed kind of weird to me.
If someone's been in a bad relationship with an agent and evidently she was talking, I guess one of the things I would say is like, listen, if we could control the process, would you, because she mentioned like 6 months or something. If we could control the process, would you consider hiring me for a week?
If you could get it done in a week, that almost sounds like too good to be true.
Well,
that you'd have, I mean, that sounds like something I'd listen to.
Well, then I'm going to get the appointment. And again, I'm going to say, well, I'm not suggesting we do it in a week. I just want you to hire me for a week so you can see how we control the process, because I'm not really sure it's best for you to sell it in a week because our marketing wouldn't be fully exposed. However, you'll see the way we work and it basically is hassle-free. And if you don't like it, just fire us. So anyway, what can you do to sound and be different? My listing agreement is only for a week anyway, you guys. So now we had Carla.
You tell.
Can we do something with reaching out to the buyer lead that you have?
You betcha.
But I don't want to be the agent because I've not made that call before. So you're someone who's experienced in doing that.
All right. So who on the call here is used to calling buyers and wants to handle, and you're reaching out to Carla, who is a buyer. This is on the phone. This is a follow-up call. Is that going to be you? Let's see. I got the cameras on here.
I'll do it.
Michelle, you got Susan. Okay, so Michelle, you haven't done it. You haven't done an agent yet. So go. You're calling Carla. David, be ready.
Hi, Carla. This is Michelle from
Hi.
Keller Williams.
Hi,
How are you?
Michelle. I'm good. How about yourself?
I'm good, thanks. So you're interested in buying, I hear.
Yes.
And tell me a little bit about what you're looking for. Are you currently renting?
Right now I'm thinking about moving and downsizing.
Okay. And are you looking to stay in the same neighborhood?
Why don't you ask where? Wait a minute, Michelle. Get better on your questions. That's a yes or no. What would be a better question?
Oh, okay. Where are you looking to move?
There you go.
I'm looking to move closer to a family member in the suburbs.
Okay, excellent. That, family is important. What is your time frame?
Hang on. I'm gonna correct you as you go for everybody. Don't feel you have to like elaborate on every answer to kind of like,
Yep.
just keep going, keep going.
The other
I'm
question.
sorry, so what was the question?
I know, I'm sorry. I just want to make sure that
yeah.
I'm giving you these points as they happen.
Okay, so you want to move closer to the suburbs, and what's your time frame?
3 months?
Okay. Have you looked at any homes so far?
No.
Okay. Let's, how would you like to meet? And we could sit down and really go through, I'd like to know more about what you're looking for and see how I can best help you and find you the right home at the right price.
Okay,
Would
that
you like
sounds
to
good.
tomorrow?
Yes,
I'll see you then.
thank you.
All right, so Carla, what did you learn on that? Now, again, always the purpose of the call is to set an appointment. She did that in the first minute if I didn't interrupt her, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what did you gain out of that, Carla?
So I think that it was introducing yourself, finding out where they're thinking about purchasing, why their reasoning is for moving or buying a property. Have they looked at properties, just trying to find out if they've done their own searching?
Now, again, there's a lot we don't know about the relationship, but if you've got a meeting set up, there's a lot you can discover. Are they working with an agent? The advantages of hiring a single buyer's agent. One of the things you did really well, Michelle, and I was waiting for you not to do it. Remember, everybody write this down, please. When you're having a conversation with a buyer or seller, 80% of your conversation should be based on motivation, 20% on criteria. And you didn't get lost in the minutia. Well, you want a pool? How big a pool? How big a backyard? You want a tree in the yard? I mean, stop with all that stuff. Stay on motivation. You did a good job of that.
Thank you.
All right, Susan, you're up. All right, you're going to be calling, let's see, Jay, you're calling Jean.
Okay, so I just do buyer, right? Okay, ring, ring.
Hello, this is Gene.
Hey, Jean, this is Susan. I was calling just to follow up with you that you may have interest in this particular property, XYZ. What's the thought on that?
I'm sorry, what was that?
I was
Who is
calling,
that?
you have expressed interest on one of the properties?
Oh, okay, sure. Yeah, I was just kind of looking. I just wanted to find out what the price was.
Oh, okay. Well, which one are you looking at? Just have a couple.
Yeah, it was the I think it was 831 Traverse Street.
Okay, 831 Travis. And what got you looking into that neighborhood and what interests you about the property?
It seemed like a great house that would fit our needs. That we've been looking a little bit here, and it seems like the right size and of what we want.
Okay, so you're looking for a 3-bedroom, 2-bath?
Correct. Yep.
Okay, and how soon do you need to move in?
We're kind of open with that. We've been looking for a little while and have some time, so not we don't have to be anywhere.
You don't have to be in it, but you just like this particular home and the location?
Yep.
Okay, and the price is right for you?
Yeah, I wasn't sure quite on the price, and I was kind of looking for. It's like, well, I wasn't exactly sure what that price was.
Absolutely, absolutely. And of course, if the right price is right and you could get in, what is the time frame? I know you say you have some time, but do you like how soon between 1 to 10?
I mean, we would like to. I mean, if it could be, I mean, we'd be doing something in the next month if we could be. I mean, I don't have any, have to. Like I said, I don't have to be anywhere, but we could be.
Okay. And do you need to sell not to buy this particular one? Are you currently renting? What's the situation?
Yeah, we're currently renting right now.
Okay, and so you carry month-to-month rent, or you can.
Time. Now, wait a minute. Wait a minute. What's the purpose of the call, Susan? You're driving me crazy. This is not your style.
It is, because honestly, I don't really work with buyers.
I can
That's the
tell.
reason why I'm here, because I want to learn to work with buyers more.
I can tell, but it's, so anyway. So I was wondering, I was waiting for her, I was just thinking, okay, how many more, what's the purpose? Here's how I do it. So Gene, first of all, when you call someone back about a property, maybe a Zillow lead or whatever, don't assume, I mean, there's probably, they don't remember, they talk to many agents, look at many homes, they're not going to remember. When I call, like, maybe even a seasoned lead that's a little bit old, they get a Zillow lead. Hey, this is Denny. I'm going to call you Gene. Hey, Gene. Yeah, this is Denny Grimes, Keller Williams. Listen, my service gave me your name and number and said you were looking for a home in Southwest Florida. And I'm curious, have you found that special home yet?
No, I haven't.
Now, I didn't say on Apple Dumpling Lane because they won't know. I don't care. The issue is, have they found the special home yet? That is a great opening. And for example, then we'll work on this maybe next Friday, the call in. So Gene, you're calling in on the house. Is that okay? Unless you're calling one on Apple Dumpling Lane. Oh, awesome. Awesome, Gene. Let me pull that up. And while I pull that up, again, my name is Denny Grimes, and your name is?
Gene Goldschmidt, yep.
Oh, all right, Gene. Awesome. In case we get disconnected, what number can I call you right back at?
612-321-8291.
All right, I'm pulling this up, and yeah, this house, it's over there on Apple Dumpling Lane. It is still active. Would you like to see it?
Yeah, I mean, I was kind of wondering what the price was first, but yeah, I'd be interested in seeing it.
Yeah, this home is in the this is 550,000. Is that the price range you're looking for?
Yeah, it's kind of getting up there at the upper part of our range, but yeah, that's what we're looking for.
Okay, so when would you like now? So what I'm doing is there's a similarity between my style of working with a buyer and maybe a seller. Is that if they want 800 and maybe too high, all right, so are you going to work with me if it's 800? When they call in, generally speaking, they're attempting to eliminate. Sometimes it's best to find out, well, while I pull that up, Gene, what price range home are you looking for? Well, 400. Well, this one's just right above that a little bit. However, there's a couple around it in that price range. Would you like to know about them? What I want to do is, do you want to see it? That takes all the pressure off. I was waiting, Susan, for you to say, well, you pre-qualified. I'd have probably said, oh, that's enough. I'm going to hook you now. Don't go through all that stuff on the call, on the initial call. Find out if they want to see it. And then you're going to have to make an appointment, call them back and say, well, I've got a message into the seller. Well, you have a few minutes. Now start asking some questions. You see, make a deposit before you get a withdrawal. Really quick.
Denny,
Go ahead.
Just what would you have said if when you looked up that house, it was sold? It was pending.
Well, I said, okay, well, look, then I'm going to see if there's another one on Apple Dumpling Lane. What attracted you about that house, Gene?
3-bedroom, 2-bath. I love the style, kind of the layout.
Oh, okay. Well, it looks like the one on Apple Dumpling Lane is pending. Of course, that means it may come back on the market. But in addition, there's a couple around that same area. Would you like to know about them?
Oh, yeah, that'd be great. Yeah.
All right. That's what I do. So, David, you ready? Where are you, David? Are you there? I didn't get back to you. So we're kind of a little bit short on time. So maybe we can do. Yeah. So we got that feedback again, David.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
Yeah.
So you got 1 minute.
Okay. What's
So
it?
you're calling. You're calling a buyer that called on one of your. I'm calling one of your listings. Let's see how you handle it. I know David. He's a rock star here in this area. Ring.
Hi, this is David with Realty World.
Hey, David, there's a house over here on 11th Avenue that I think's kind of cool. I'd like to find out some information on that, please.
Absolutely, I'd be happy to assist. Would you like to schedule a showing?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And what times would be best for you?
Oh, maybe 6 o'clock tonight.
Okay. All right. I'd be happy to request from the seller to see if this property is available at that time. Is there any additional questions that you had about this property?
In the sake of time, no.
Okay. Well, I would look forward to meeting with you. And then if in fact anything changes, please feel free to reach out to me on a direct line. And may I have your number so that I
There
can
you
call
go.
you back?
Now, what's interesting is now that's more my style. Now, because now am I gonna take his call? Am I gonna, hey, look, I gotta call into the seller and wait. So in the meantime, do you have 5 minutes? Let me ask you some questions. There may be some other homes in the area. Inventory changes all the time. Would you like to know about them? Get the conditional appointment and then ask the qualifying questions. Don't ask so many questions. They just like give them something first. Okay, so Louise, we have a drawing for a 30-minute call. Have to be on the call to win based on everybody had their hand up. Not that many. However, how many names do we have?
Okay, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We had 10. 11.
All right, Susan, what month were you born?
What? December 12.
You can't play. Whitney, what
12.
month were you born?
What'd you say? What month? April.
That's 4. Who's number 4?
Susan is number 4.
Who?
Susan.
Oh.
December 12th, Susan.
All right, Susan, you want a 30-minute call with me? I think we already had one. So Denny, Coach Denny Grimes at Gmail. Anybody else I owe a call to, would you please email me so I can get them scheduled? I know it was kind of crazy. I intend to get you all up. I like to pair you up with someone. So I'm coaching 2 at one time. And it's a 30-minute call. Thank you for being on the call. Go to my YouTube channel, Denny Grimes Master of Real Estate. Subscribe. You guys have an awesome weekend. Thanks for being on the call.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.